All right, we are live. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to our challenge. I am so happy you're here. I'm Rachel and Gome. So we're going to be doing how to 5x your profit and joy over the next 5 days. Who's excited? Because I know I am ridiculously excited. Let me see in the chat as you're jumping on. Are you as excited as me? Because it's going to be a freaking awesome week. I'm so pumped. I was actually just finishing up my small group before I jumped on here. And y'all, we were like worshiping and praying, and I'm like sobbing, and I'm like, oh crap, I have to go like live and present and do all this stuff. I'm like, all right, gotta clean myself up a little bit. But I'm so happy that we get to spend this time together. What are you most excited to learn over the next 5 days? What are you most excited to learn? We have a ton to cover. As you jump on, let me see in the chat, where in the world are you? I am in sunny Orlando. It's this time of year that I'm so happy to be here. It's like beautiful. It's probably 70 and sunny. It is so nice. So, where in the world are you? We're going to get to know each other very well. You're in Lake City. We lived there for 5 years. Lake City, Florida. We got Michigan, Ohio, Northern Arizona. I love it. I love it. Nevada, Kansas. We're all over. So cool. Who here is brand new to me? You've never done one of my trainings before. Let me see who is new. Hey, Sophia in Miami. Cloudy, Ontario, Canada. It's not cloudy here. We got sunshine. We got sunshine. Hello. We got SoCal, Northern Dakota, brand new. You did my free masterclass. So cool. Awesome. Well, welcome. I'm Rachel and Gome, and we got a lot to do. So let's get the party started. I am gonna. You should be able to see my screen. I know it's not like full screen fancy, but I'm kind of tech challenged, so that's really good for you to know that you do not have to be super good at tech to build a great business. Because I definitely am not. Definitely am not. Super jealous of the sunshine. Come to Florida, dude. We just had our Activate retreat with all of our students that came from all over the country. Super fun. It was a little colder than we were expecting, but it was still so fun. Lots of sunshine. Okay, so today is day one, and it's going to be 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every day. And we have got some incredible prizes for you actually showing up and participating and doing the homework. So that's just show up, do the homework, and you every day will give away one of these things. So some prizes include we are launching our new program, Success Without Stress, on Thursday. So that's our program that's going to show you how you can create. We have $1 million business working 20 hours a week or less. So how you can create that business without sacrificing, time with your family, your health, your sanity, all that good stuff. We're also going to be giving away a free ticket to our live retreat in France in April. We're also going to give away a month inside of our signature program, Activate, for free. Access to Pin with Purpose and Clone funnels that have earned over $1 million. What are you most excited for? Which one? Which one are you most excited for? Like, this would be a huge breakthrough for me. Which one are you most excited for? Oh, we got someone in the Villages. My dad's in the Villages right now. He likes to go golfing up there. And I know I'm kind of squirrel sometimes. I'm looking at like StreamYard. I'm looking at Zoom. I'm kind of all over the place, and I'm going to do my best to focus. We want Pinterest. We want France. Who wants to come to France with me? That I'm like so excited for that. So excited. Okay, here we go. So like I said, I am Rachel and Gome. I'm a wife to my husband, Alphonse, a mom to TJ and Gabrielle. These guys are my everything. Like so sweet. Funny story. Gabrielle got super sick. She was vomiting. I think it was like Thursday night. So she was in bed with me. She was throwing up like every hour on the hour until 3 a.m. So of course I'm like, dealing with all of her vomit. She wakes me up so cute with like this big kiss on the mouth and goes, "I love you, mommy." And I'm like, "You're the sweetest. You're so contagious. I love you too." And then Friday night, I'm vomiting every hour on the hour until 3 a.m. I'm like, at least it happened Friday night and not like last night, so I could be here with you. But man, even with all the vomit, I'm like, you're such a blessing. I'm so grateful for you. What are you grateful for, by the way? What are you grateful for? This is one of the things, like, I always try to ground myself in gratitude for those of you who are new. Like, when you're focused on gratitude, you can't be focused on fear at the same time. You can't be focused and like stressed out or overwhelmed, right? So, what are you grateful for today? I know I am grateful. You guys, so I had a rib injury that has been a part of me for half of my life. I got surgery almost 5 months ago. And today I did an actual workout on the Peloton bike where I sweat, and I haven't been able to do that in over a year. So I am like so grateful for just the gift of movement. So if you're able to move your body, because it is such a gift that you don't realize what a gift it is until you can't do it anymore. So what are you grateful for? Family, friends, new seasons, internet connection. Yeah, that's a big one, especially when you're on an online business. So, what are you grateful for? God's provision, my husband, surviving a brain tumor. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. And for those of you on StreamYard, you can approve so I can see your name, because right now I can only see Facebook user. And so there's a way for you just to click like approve so I can see your name. And that way I can give you a shout out. So typically when I'm not hanging out with my family or working on my business, I'm reading or staying active now or watching Friends reruns. Does anyone watch Friends, by the way? Or traveling the world. So when you have an online business, and I'm so excited that today we get to talk about this, we get to talk about vision of what we want to create. You can go anywhere in the world. You can go anywhere. And so I'm so grateful I've had the opportunity to live in Kenya. I met my husband when I was living in Senegal, and we moved our entire family there. We bought a one-way ticket to Senegal in 2021. We lived in France for 2 years. Gosh, TJ, my son, he's been in like 20 plus countries, and my kids speak fluent French. And it's just such a gift to be able to go and explore. I think that's a better education than, going to school. So if you could be anywhere in the world, where would you be? If you could be anywhere in the world, you grew up in Africa. Where'd you grow up? See, immediate connection. I'm like, yes. Where did you grow up? Let's see, African countries I've been to: Kenya, Senegal, Rwanda, Uganda, Tanzania, Ethiopia. We got married in Morocco. We've been there 3 times. Egypt, Senegal. Did I miss one? Say South Africa. Cape Town. Cape Town is beautiful. I see. So I'm looking at you guys over here and here. So I'm trying to like get both of y'all. Oh, where'd you grow up in? France. And we got Ethiopia too. At least you're in Somalia, Niger, Egypt, and Kenya. A lot. So cool. So let me see. If you could be anywhere, where would you be? Where would you be? Where would you be? And just remember, anything is possible. Anything is possible. So just want you to know you're in the right place. We actually haven't done a challenge like this in over a year. Because they're a lot of work, to be quite honest. They're a lot of work to put on, but there's such a fun way just to show up and to add value to your life and just to pour into you. So over these 5 days, I'm like, how can I pour into you as much as I possibly can? So our challenges have like been game changers and been the catalyst for so many people. The most important thing is that you just stick with me over the course of the next 5 days. You just stick with me. So this challenge is for you. If you are sick of working harder but not seeing any tangible results for it, if you're done with the hustle, who here is done with the hustle? You feel like you're like working 24/7. You're kind of stressed out, feeling a little overwhelmed. Who's done with the hustle? And you want to create time freedom. What would you do if you were able to create time freedom? What would that look like for you? What does time freedom look like for you? What does that look like for you? I want when I'm asking you, I want responses. I want this to be interactive. I do not want this to be an hour of me just lecturing you. I want this to be like we collaborate and I'm able to help you get those breakthroughs. And for those of you in VIP, we get to go even deeper. I'm so excited for that. I feel like I'm on a hamster wheel sometimes. Charlotte, I want to wake up one morning and say, hey, let's go. Where'd you go though? Where'd you go? What would you do? More relaxation. Time freedom looks like feeling peace in the moments I have with my family instead of pondering all the things I have to be doing. This is such a good one. Do you feel kind of like you're torn and you can't really be in, like, so when you're with your family, you feel like you should be working on your business. And then when you're working on your business, you feel guilty that you should be spending time with your family. Does anyone feel that way? Time freedom is not having to feel guilty about not working. Ooh. Ooh, that's good. Do random road trips. Be close to my parents. Okay. All right. It's possible. Time freedom is 100% possible. Martha having a beach house. Are you coming to Florida? Where's the beach going to be? Where is the beach going to be? This challenge is for you if you want to grow your business smart and you want to stop trading your time for money. Okay. And you want to automate your business because there's a lot that you can automate that you probably are not. And you're probably, we're going to talk about more of this throughout the challenge of doing all of the things in your business when in reality, you could do the most important things and then outsource or automate the rest. I want automation so bad. Yes, automation is great. Automation is great. This challenge is for you if you want to make sure you're putting your family first and your health first. Who wants to be able to put their family first and their health first? If you paid for VIP, you should have gotten an email to our VIP Zoom room. Check your email. If you don't see it, email us, clientcare@rachelandgomes.com, and Michelle will hook you up. Check your spam folder, though, because it's probably in there if you already upgraded to VIP. Get in the Zoom room. This challenge is not for you if you're not willing to try something new. I'm gonna have you do some homework and do some things that are going to get you a little bit uncomfortable. But here's what I know. It's when you're uncomfortable, that's when you're going to grow. Right? If you're always staying in your comfort zone and you're always playing it safe, what do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen if you're always playing it safe? If you're always playing it safe, what is going to happen? By the way, can anyone translate my shirt? Do we have any French speakers? Le meilleur est à venir. Can anyone translate? Anyone? Bueller? Nothing? Okay. Good job, Sharla. The best is yet to come. Awesome. Oh, you got a high five. I love it. And this challenge is not for you if you want a quick fix. And so like I said, I'm going to get you out of your comfort zone. And when you're going to set up systems, it can be very simple, but it's going to take, we're going to do this together over the course of these 5 days. And then I'm going to invite you to join me over the course of the next 30 days. So we can really go deep into this. And I'm going to try to make this as simple as I possibly can. And so I am going to over deliver as much as I can in the next week. Yes, you're going to be learning some really tangible things that you can take action on, but I want to go even deeper with you, share what's at the core what you ultimately want and how can we make that your reality. So we this isn't just me, our team pours our heart and soul into these challenges and we are here for you every step of the way. So I'm going to be sharing with you some of our top strategies that took me from burnout to creating $1 million business, working 20 hours a week or less. I actually added it up. I'm at 16. So let me see in the chat, what is your income goal? What is your income goal? Where are you at now? Where are you at now? And then where do you want to be? Where are you at now? And where do you want to be? Dawn, yes, you're in VIP. So the VIP, we're going to do live coaching after this session. So right now, Dawn, you're in the VIP Zoom room. We're going to do extra after. Where are you at? Where do you want to be? More income, less busy. More of what I love, less of what I don't. We want to be at 100K. Last year, you earned 24K. Okay. Year 1 was 500. Year 2 was 10,000. Okay. Y'all, can I encourage you to think a little bigger? Because when I started this business, it was 2017. My goal was 250 from 0 to 250,000. And that goal in my head was so big that I was almost afraid to tell my coach at the time because I was afraid she would be like, you can't do that. What are you talking about? We ended up doing $430,000 our very first year in this business. Okay. So I want you just to think bigger. Think bigger. If you were able to do 250, what would you be able to do? What would you be able to do? Okay. All right. Charlotte wants 250 this year. Let's go, Charlotte. Let's make it happen. I love it. And you're going to see, like, I am very transparent, and kind of a hot mess sometimes. So I'm going to be brutally honest with you, and I'm going to keep it real. Okay. So what I need from you, like, your attention. I need your attention. Can I get your commitment to get your attention this week? Like, are you going to actually be here all in with me? Let me see. Are you going to be all in? Let me see. Who's all in? Who's all in? Okay, good. Good. And then I can already tell y'all have a positive attitude. We're going to help each other win. And so I'm going to be asking you to, like, put your homework in the Facebook group. Go in the Facebook group and comment on other people's homework. Like, how can we help each other win? We're really creating a community of impact makers. So as you're sharing your homework, just go in there and I'm just going to comment on 3 other people's. I want to, like, help 3 other people. Okay. So to get the most out of our week together, I need a win for reals. We're going to give you a win this week. Yes. Don't sign up for other stuff this week. Do you get targeted on Facebook ads and other stuff? And you're like, I want to do this class and this class and this class and this class. Susanna, you're here. Hi, Susanna. So I don't want you to sign up for anything else. Okay. Don't sign up for anything else. Set aside an hour a day. If you're in regular, if you're in VIP, we're going deep. We need 2 hours. We're doing immersion. Okay. So do not sign up for anything else. And you can invite a friend. Just send them to challengewithrachel.com. And I've already seen questions on if you can upgrade to VIP from regular right now. Yes, you can. Just go to rachelandgom.com/get VIP. And then you're going to get access to our live Zoom room. You're going to get an extra hour of coaching. We're bringing in guest experts. We're doing, like, hot seat coaching. It's $47. And here's what I know. The people that are in VIP are going to be way more committed because they have a little bit of skin in the game. And so that's what I know for sure. When you have skin in the game, you're going to be way more likely to actually show up. And then you're going to get lifetime access to the recordings. So if you have something pop up this week, you get lifetime access. Michelle, can you pop that link in the Facebook group as well? So rachelandgom.com/get VIP. In the live Q&A. Y'all, I could coach you on one thing that gives you a breakthrough that adds an extra $100K to your year. So I think that's worth $47, right? I think it's worth $47. And here's what I need from you that you're going to finish strong. How often have you started something, but you haven't followed through? You started something, but you haven't followed through. Let me see in the chat. No judgment, but I just need to know. Who has started something, but you haven't followed through? Who has started something, but they haven't followed through? Sometimes, yes, way too many times. Every week, all the time. Me. Okay, here's what I know. You need to start building your faith and your confidence in yourself by actually following through on your commitment. Okay? So here's what I need from you. I need you to follow through on this challenge. Do I have your commitment to follow through on this challenge? Do I have your commitment? Let me see. Do I have your commitment? I need to know. Most challenges are boring, so they'll follow through. You're amazing. Oh, well, thank you. I hope I will not bore you this week. That is my goal. I want to keep your energy up. I hope you'll have fun too. I don't want this to be a boring challenge. Someone said the VIP link isn't working. It should work. We tested it a lot. Let me make sure if I can pop it up with you. All right, I'm going to post it for you on StreamYard. That's like the long link, not the pretty link. So you got it. So you got it there. But if you just try https.com/rachelandgom, rachelandgom.com/get VIP. I know it's confusing. It's better than challengewithrachel.com/go VIP 57775269, which is, Sarah says open VIP link if it's giving you trouble on the computer. So give it a go. I want you to meet our team. And so these are some beautiful humans that I hope you get the privilege of chatting with, because I don't want this to be a challenge that you kind of like hide under the radar. I want this to be something where we can really help you go deep. Okay. And by going deep, that means we're going to give you extra accountability and extra layer of commitment by chatting with one of our coaches. So, who here's already had a conversation with one of these beautiful humans? Let me see if you already have. If you haven't, and you haven't yet gotten the workbook, what I want you to do right now is to reach out to either Emma or Malik. Elisa, you've already talked to Tara and Elisa. Awesome. Martha's already talked to them in Messenger. Awesome. A lot of you already have. Malik is my coach. Perfect. We already chatted with Emma. Awesome. If you have not chatted with them and you haven't got the workbook yet, just post in the Facebook group, I don't have a coach. Or I need the workbook. Don't post it in the comments here because it's going to get lost because there's going to be like 1,000 comments. Do a separate post in the Facebook group, and that way we can make sure you get taken care of. Okay. If you haven't gotten the email for the Zoom link I see in the chat, email us, Cynthia Phillips, please, clientcare@rachelandgomes.com. So you guys that are posting in the chat, do a separate post in the Facebook group so we can actually see it and reach out to you, because the whole chat is going to get lost. So just post in the Facebook group, I need a coach, I need the workbook, and we'll make sure to reach out to you and support you. Okay. All right. Moving on. My promise is not to waste your time and to not overwhelm you. And again, I'm going to keep it honest and real. I want to over deliver without overwhelming you. That's like the fine line, because I've done, challenges in the past. When I was first starting this business, I'm like, I'm going to give them everything. And then people get so overwhelmed and they're like, oh my gosh, I can't do it. So I want to over deliver without overwhelming you. Okay. Because what I know for sure is complexity is the enemy of execution. That's Tony Robbins. So I want to keep it as simple as possible so I can really help you follow through. Okay. Okay. So what you're going to learn today is your family first business vision. Day 2 is your superpowers. Day 3 is your magnetic message. Day 4 is your prosperity plan. Day 5 is your time reclamation. We have a lot to cover this week. And so I know a lot of you are new, and I want to share a little bit of my story with you. And for those of you that already know me, you might not even know some of this story. And I see a lot of you in the chat that you don't have the workbook. Again, do a big post and say, I need a coach. And then we can tag Emma and Malik and make sure you get taken care of. Okay. So back when I graduated with my master's in social work. So I have my master's from the #1 program in the country, from George Warren Brown School of Social Work in St. Louis. We moved to Florida from there. My husband wanted to start his own equestrian business. We purchased a property. I was pregnant with TJ. We put like all of our savings into this property and then ended up house poor with no cash, with negative $400 in our checking account with TJ like on the way. I was 80 pounds overweight and really just stressed out, frustrated, and lost. It was rough. Like I felt like such a terrible mom at the time. And I wanted to get a job clearly so I could get ourselves off of food stamps. But who here, it's like, you're kind of a free spirit. And if you were stuck in a cubicle all day, it'd be like slow death. Because I remember when I was in college, I used to work at my mom's, I worked for DuPage Medical Group. And it felt like a slow death. I could only last about like 4 hours before I was like, I need to go outside. I need to play. I can't handle this. So like I knew that I could not do. So I was like, I have to figure something out. So I found a job that was cleaning equipment at our local gym for minimum wage, which meant I had to leave my baby all day. And that lasted for about a week, thanks to God, until my network marketing business really started to take off. So at that time, it's like, who here knows that you're made for more? That you're made for more. Because what I knew in that moment when we were really struggling is like, I know that God has put me on this planet, not just to suffer and work in a gym. Like, I know I'm made for more, right? So if you know that you're made for more, let me see in the chat. We can only do 2 hours in a cubicle. I know. I know. It is rough. Made for more. Let me see. You were made for more. And I truly, truly believe that. It's just a matter of getting the tools and the resources, like stepping into your God-given power and making the biggest impact on this world that you possibly can. Okay. And so what happened was I was a part of a network marketing company and I was able to hustle my face off to get to the top 0.01% of that company. I was making six figures. So to go from food stamps to six figures, like I was so happy. I remember when I made like $15,000 in a month. I about pooped my pants. I was like, this is insanity. This is like actually possible. But what really got me there was like, I was hustling so much. I was working 24/7. I had zero boundaries. Like it was, I was sleeping terribly. It was really, really rough. So the company restructured. My income was cut in half. Okay. Um, and I remember clearly when this was going on of like I was working harder and harder and harder and harder and harder on that hamster wheel. Anyone feel like you're on that hamster wheel? And it was around this time that, I gained the weight. I was get like leaky gut, all this stuff. And I was getting sick every single month. It was like, but a bad sickness. So it was like I got strep throat. And then what I had this past weekend was like nothing compared to like what I used to get. It was like strep throat, the flu, strep throat again, another infection, where I was on the couch out of commission for an entire week at a time. And TJ, if you don't know my son, he is very active. Like he was walking at 9 months and like sprinting at a year. And so I had to trap him in between our baby gate and the couch so I could rest and relax on the couch. I don't know if you've ever felt that like mom guilt to an insane level, but I really felt like I was just failing him. It was like, I'm trying to grow this business. I'm failing him. He wants to go outside and play, but I'm too sick to actually take him outside and play because I'm just hustling all the time. Anyone feel that way, or am I alone in that? Anyone feel like you just hustled and hustled and hustled and nothing has really shown for it? You're not alone. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks God that when I started this business, I knew I had to do it differently. And I knew I had to create a business that revolved around my family first. Okay. It was like family first, then business. Okay. So what I did is I created a vision of what I wanted my life and my business to look like. I got really clear. What do I want this to look like? I created boundaries. I'm not answering, I'm not on my phone like answering DMs 24/7. I'm not checking email 24/7. I found out the right way to monetize. Who here you're currently trading time for money? You're currently trading time for money. I want my time and effort to count. Heck yeah, don't we all? We want our time and effort to count. We don't want it to go to waste. And so I created the right boundaries, found the right way to monetize that didn't require me trading time for money, that allowed my business to scale without more of me. And I brought TJ along for the ride. And who here knows who Chalene Johnson is? This was kind of a surreal moment. So Chalene Johnson was one of my very first mentors. So in network marketing, I was with Beachbody. She's like the turbo kick instructor, the PIO instructor, all those things. Like she was one of my first mentors. I remember I was listening to her personal development CDs on the way to grad school. And so this past year, her team invited me to come out and speak on her stage, which was like huge honor that I got to do that, got to meet her, got to like sit down and chat with her and her husband, get like epic investing advice from them. But the best part was I got to bring TJ along for the ride, and he got to be there and actually come up on stage with me. And that was such a cool, cool, cool moment of saying like, hey buddy, this is what mom does. And you get to like be a part of it and join me with it. Chalene Johnson. It's kind of hard to spell. Chalene Johnson. One of my very first mentors. She's so tiny in real life. When you meet me in real life, if you do, just know I'm 6'1", so don't let that shock you. She's like a foot shorter than me in heels. So I'm like, you're cute. You're cute. So this business, we've been able to create millions of dollars with almost 10,000 students. I was able to take 5 months off after having Gabrielle. I had rib surgery the end of August. I was able to take the entire month of September off. We've been able to start businesses in Senegal. Who here knows where Senegal is? I'll give you a gold star. Who here knows where Senegal is? And we really have our focus on impact and generational wealth. West Africa. Martha, you knew that. We've been talking about that. Awesome. So, yeah, we started businesses in Senegal, West Africa, where my husband's from. And so our main focus is how can we create the biggest impact possible? How can we create generational wealth without sacrificing what matters most? Okay. And so, just some of the cool things we've been able to do is go to Machu Picchu this past year before they closed it down. Has anyone heard that? My dad sent me an article of how they closed down entire Machu Picchu. I'm like, thanks God we went in April. Of taking TJ, Ed Sheeran. Any Ed Sheeran fans? He had a concert in Paris, and I was like, TJ, you want to go to Paris? Let's go. So we went and spent a week in France. We went to where we used to live and took him to Ed Sheeran. The kid's been able to get baptized in the Jordan River, riding, what are these called? ATVs in Senegal, being on the beach with my baby. Man, I just want you to know, create your vision, know what you want, and be so hungry in pursuit of making that happen. And anything is possible. Put in the chat, anything is possible. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Elisa, I love it. You were baptized in the Jordan too. So cool. I want you to truly, truly, truly start to internalize it and believe it, because you might be typing it right now and you're like, that's true for you, Rachel. I don't know if that's true for me. Dude, anything is possible. Okay. And I want you just to write it down, put it, I have Post-its all over. You can't see it. Mark 9:23, anything is possible if a person believes. It's right there in front of my face. Anything is possible. And so one of the things that we did is we created our family vision. So this is our family vision board. My husband and I sat down and was like, what do we ultimately want to create? And it is wild to see that a lot of these things have actually come true. And so my husband and I, we went on our 10-year anniversary trip. We went to Cabo, and I was FaceTiming our son, TJ. And as I'm FaceTiming him, I'm showing him where we are. And he goes, Mom, you're at the place in your vision board. And I was like, dude, you're right. That's so cool. So it's figure out what you want, get really crystal clear on that. And then we take massive action to make it happen. Okay. We take massive action to make it happen. So knowing that anything is possible, what will go in your family vision? What will go in your family vision? Let me see it in the chat. What will go in your family vision? Knowing that anything is possible. What will go in your family vision? Let me see in the chat. And I want you to freaking think big. And I want you to focus on what you want and why you want it. Don't worry about the how. The how is irrelevant. The how will figure itself out. I wrote down, we live in France, before we had connections or even had the possibility of living in France. And then boom, next year we were living in France. It was wild. So what do you want? What do you want? Oh, you have missionary friends in Senegal. So cool. So cool. Visit grandparents in Turkey, retire my husband, pay off my son's student loans, travel. Where are we traveling to? Going to Scotland to visit my best friend. That sounds like so much fun. Going to Australia. Go to NYU. Getting married. Ooh. Going to France. Going to Italy. Awesome. So if you want some extra credit, it might be creating a vision board for yourself that you can put up and you can see all these awesome things that you're going to create. So create the vision. And I don't want this to be a vision that you create and then you just forget about. I want you to actually see it. I want you to see it. You want to go to Switzerland, travel, new house. Where's the new house going to be? And I want us to get as specific as we can with this vision. So if we say something like, I want to make more money, I'm like, here's $1, here's more money. So I want something like, I want to earn an extra $250,000 in 2023, at least. So that way we create the opportunity of actually creating more. Okay. Move to Florida. There's a lot of people moving to Florida. There's construction everywhere, but it's nice over here, except for the summer. It's really hot. It's really hot. Time and work for me and my family, buying a lakefront cabin. Ooh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Italy for 2 months minimum. Yeah, imagine it's like over the summer, you take the kids to Europe and you can. You can just spend the month, like spend the summer in Europe. What would you want? What would you want? A second caravan and car. Yeah. Awesome. Financed for retirement. What does that look like specifically? What does that look like specifically? So I want you to get specific. If you want to have enough money for retirement, what does that look like? How much do you need by when? I want to be debt free. How much debt are we paying off by when? A storefront earning over 7 figures. Debt free. Pay off student loans. Buy a house. Where's the house? What does it look like? Let's get specific. Get a saltwater pool, a beach house in the Mediterranean, get the kids' cars, go to Europe. I love it. I love it. I love it. What else do we want? What else do we want? We want to live long enough to see my bank account go out up to 250. Yeah. What else do we want? Got to get specific here. How much do you want to work? So, like in this dream life, how much do you want to work? How much do you want to work? Allegra wants to take her girls to Hawaii and Sedona. So fun. How much do you want to work? Less than 20 hours a week for sure. Cool. How much do you want to work? Because here's the thing. I can say I'm going to spend a week in France. I can take that week off and I won't see a dip in our income. And I don't have to stress about emails and like all these things that are happening because I know our business is taken care of. All right. 3 days a week, 20 to 25 hours a week, 10 hours a week, 20 hours a week, 15 hours a week. And here's the thing, like in my dream life, I'm still working because I'm ambitious. Like I want to help people. I think I would be so bored if I just sat at home twiddling my thumbs, right? So like in my dream life, I'm still working, but it's not my entire life. I want to actually love what I'm doing. Ooh, yeah. Okay, 16 to 20 hours a week, 10 to 14 hours a week. All right. All right, all right. What are your hours? What are your work hours? So in your dream life, you get to choose when you're working. So when are you working? Martha, you got mine, 10 to 3. My dream schedule is I work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 10 to 3 with Fridays off. And then over the summer, I take off more time because the kids aren't, they're not in school. So minus 4 days a week. Why do I want to work 4 days a week? Because self-care, fun Friday. I want Fridays to be free where I can do whatever the heck I want to do. And that's like my day to pour into myself. So I might get a massage. I might get a facial. I might get my nails done. That's what Fridays are for. Self-care and having fun. And so Elisa wants to work 1 to 5 because I homeschool in the morning. Cool. I love it. Dream schedule, Monday through Thursday, 10 to 3. Yeah. So why do I work from 10 to 3? Well, the kids go to school and then I don't want to take any calls before 10 a.m. I want that to be my time because here's what I know. My brain is most creative in the morning. And so if I can use that time before 10 a.m. for creativity, creating content, and or now I can work out. So that's that could be my workout time. Thanks God. And then why am I done by 3? Because that's when the kids are done with school. I want them to come home and then I can just turn on mom mode. Right? I don't want them to come home and be like, sorry, honey, go figure it out. Mommy's working. Okay. So what does yours look like? So kind of my creating content's kind of a part of work, but for me, it's more like, how do I say this? It's kind of like a God download. So I spend a lot of time in that prayer closet and usually it's like at 5:30 in the morning and God will give me a download and then it's like, write an email on this. And so maybe I might work for 30 minutes at 5:30 or 6 in the morning, but I don't really consider that like work. It's more like just get it out. Just get it out. Right? Yes, that prayer closet's it's amazing. That's one of the coolest things. My favorite part. Favorite part of the house. Spending intentional time in there every morning has been game changer, except for this morning because Gabrielle decided she wanted to wake up at 5:30 instead of her usual 7. I'm like, don't you know you're getting in the way of mama's prayer time? It's okay. Do you have a podcast or video of your prayer closet? I don't, but I could totally create one. Yeah, I would take you with me, but this is like it's an actual like computer screen and it's really hard to move without like, all the internet cables coming out. How often will you travel? So in your dream life, how often are you traveling? You want to travel at like a week a month? Do you want to travel the entire summer? In your dream life, how often are you traveling? Someone else's son woke up at 5:32. I know. What happened? She usually sleeps until 7, like so consistently. I was like, Gabrielle, what are you doing? How often will you travel? 3 to 5 times a year, all the time, when we feel like it. Ooh, Charlotte, isn't that cool? It's just like, I feel like going, so let's go. There's no like looking at the bank account, looking at your schedule, being like, I don't have time or I can't afford it. It's like, no, I want to go. Let's go. Let's pick up and go anytime I want, 2 months out of the year, whenever I decide to. I don't want restrictions. Yes. I love that, Tiffany. I love that. Cruises, Europe, mission trips, quarterly, short local glamping. So fun when I feel like it. That's the thing I want you to like be able to do anytime I want, when I feel like it. I can just pick up and go. I'm not like tied. I don't have those restrictions. Okay. Would you live abroad? So, I mean, would you spend the summer abroad? I just want you to think like, wow, anything is possible. What would you do? Would you want to live abroad? Would you want to spend summers abroad? Would you want extended trips? I have grown so much as a human from living abroad. Like living in Kenya, living in Senegal changed my life, rocked my world. I grew so much as a human. And then like being able to live in France gave TJ such a cool experience, right? And so would you ever, like, I just want you thinking, if anything were possible, what would you do? America's cool, but man, there's like a whole big world out there where they do things really different than we do here. And then knowing that anything is possible, how will your business impact your family? How will your business impact your family? And I want you to think, like, how is it currently impacting your family? Is it impacting your family in a positive or negative way? How do you want it to impact your family? Like, I want this business to be a gift for my family, where it's like, mommy can work when she wants to work. Mommy can take off. Mommy can go to baseball. Mommy can take TJ with me and have him speak on stage with me, right? Like, how will your business impact your family? I want it to be something that's providing for our family, right? To create that generational wealth. So I want you to think of like, how do your kids think about your business, right? Or your husband? Is it a burden? Is it something like, oh, mommy has to work again? Or why are you working all the time, right? Or is it a gift? Like, I want my son to know entrepreneurship is a gift that allows me to be there when he needs me. I want my husband able to truly retire, take my adult kids on travel excursions with him. Yeah. Leave a legacy for my nieces and nephews. Yeah. Inspire my family to go for their dreams. Heck yeah. Generational wealth. Yes. 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 My family have the freedom with me because your kids are watching, right? Like they're watching and they're picking up on stuff. They understand if you're really stressed out, overwhelmed, working all night long, right? Inspire my family to go for the dreams, take care of my parents, can pay for Disney passes when family visits. Yeah, that's a gift. That is a gift. Ezra, yes. Taking care of your younger son with autoimmune issues. Heck yes. Summers in France, Scotland, Morocco. Have my husband retire early with me. So cool. And then I know not all of you are moms, but a lot of you are. Would you incorporate your kids into your business? Like, what would that look like? If you can kind of bring them along for the ride, what would that look like? So I'm like, if I get asked to speak on stage, can I bring TJ with me? Like, I want him to have that experience and to see like, oh, mommy's not just behind a computer. Mommy actually goes out and can impact the world, right? they'd be there if they're interested. Yeah, your daughter helps you in your business. So cool. So cool. So I just want to remind you, no matter your past, no matter your background, you have what it takes. Okay. I know we set some big goals today. You have what it takes. And for those of you that are like, I don't know if I can do this, it really takes a matter of you stepping up and saying, I can freaking do this. What I've noticed is that the most successful people in the world, they are not the smartest people in the world. I'm telling you. Who here knows who Grant Cardone is? And this is not like knocking Grant Cardone. He is very successful. I think he's a billionaire at this point. I was watching an interview with him and I was telling my husband, I was like, how can I say this in the nicest way possible? I was like, he's kind of an idiot, but like, obviously he's very good at business. Charlie, you're laughing at me. I'm like, how can I say this in a nice way? But I was like, what? Like, he didn't know like some really common things like libido and other stuff that like he was being interviewed about. I was like, whoa. I'm like, he's not the smartest person in the room, but man, like he has what it takes because he just has the confidence. He believes in himself, and he's like, dude, I can freaking do this, and he goes for it, right? And so it's just a matter of stepping up and saying, like, I don't have to know everything. I don't have to be the best at everything, but I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to go for it. I see some laughter. We all have our strengths. Exactly. We can't be good at everything. We can't be good at everything. If you're living in fear right now, I would actually like to see what are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? How do you build the confidence? By doing things that scare you on a consistent basis. Anytime you have that little like sense of fear, you know that like fear, we all experience different places. It might be like in your chest or in your belly. Anytime I have that sense of fear, I'm like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it anyways. I'm not going to let it have any power over me. Okay. So anytime you have the opportunity to do something that scares you a little bit, you raise your hand and you freaking do it. You do it. We're afraid of failure. Ooh. Failure is the best teacher. Think of it as feedback. Amanda, that's perfect. That is perfect. So what does failure actually look like? What does failure actually look like? Because if you go for it, let's say we want to create the $1 million business, we fail and we create a business that does $500,000. Are we really failing? No, right? So like, what does failure actually look like? Judgment, not reaching my monthly goals. Here's what I want you to know. It's not actually about reaching the goals. It's who you become in pursuit of the goal. You set a goal that's so stretchy that makes you want to throw up a little bit. Because if you don't feel like you're going to throw up on a consistent basis, you're not actually growing. Okay? Like you got to get uncomfortable. You got to get uncomfortable. So what makes you uncomfortable? Failing is good. That's how you succeed. I've had challenges in the past where I did an entire day on failing because this is such a great concept. Do you guys, so who here knows what Spanx are? Like every woman in the world knows what Spanx are. Sarah Blakely is the founder of Spanx. She was the first self-made female billionaire in America. And she said, growing up, my dad taught me to pursue failure. And so every week he would ask her, what did you fail at this week? And if she didn't have something that she failed at, he would be disappointed. So imagine if you trained your kids like that, right? Like to actually pursue failure. So how could you set a goal that's so stretchy that like there's a good likelihood of you actually failing, but in pursuit of that goal, man, you get so much further than if you just like played it safe, right? So I want you just to reframe the way you see failure. And for all of you that are afraid of failing, the book by John Maxwell, Failing Forward, is a really good one. Okay? Failing Forward by John Maxwell. I'll probably give you a lot of book recommendations. And I'm going to have I have a stand-up desk. So we go from stand-up, sit down, jump around, kind of all over the place. But this is like, I got this on Amazon for less than $100. Such a good investment. What's the brand? FlexiSpot. Less than $100. You can keep your energy up, go stand up, sit down in like a second. Okay. So what I want you to do, I want to help you just to be bolder and to think bigger than you ever thought before. So for those of you that are, tell me in the chat, are you playing it safe right now? Are you playing it safe right now? And what would it look for you to play a bigger game, to be bolder over this next year? What would it look like for you to play an even bigger game? What would it look like for you to play an even bigger game? Those of you that I see that are on Facebook in the Facebook group, that all of you are saying you're playing it safe, freaking invest the $47 to get into VIP. Take a $47 risk on yourself to get into VIP. Get out of the habit of playing it safe and start to invest in yourself. Start to take the risk. Kelly, you're playing it safe. Change is difficult. That's why I'm here. I'm so happy you're here. I want to stretch you. Like, I really, really want to stretch you. Really, really, really want to stretch you. Invest more, not play it safe. Heck yeah. So I want you just to imagine you're able to make sales whenever you want. Like, you don't have to be at your computer to make a sale. You can work less and impact more. Janice, I've spent so much on courses already. Girl, I've invested probably $300,000 in my own education outside of, like my master's, like my own personal education in terms of masterminds, coaching, all of that, because investing in yourself is the best thing that you could possibly do. The best thing that you could possibly do. Julie, I love it. You and Activator might go for it. Yeah. So could you imagine working less, impacting more, going on vacation without stressing about your business and never having to tell your kids, like, sorry, mom has to work, right? And so Tony Robbins, you're going to hear a lot of, if you've studied Tony Robbins at all, you're probably going to hear a lot of him and me because I've, studied him for the past 10 years. I've been to Business Mastery, Day with Destiny, Unleash the Power Within, Wealth Mastery. I worked with a Tony Robbins coach for a year. So I've been to a lot of his things. And one of the things that he says is, I realize success leaves clues, and that people who produce outstanding results do specific things to create those results. And if I duplicated the actions of others, I could reproduce the same quality of results they have. And so what I know for sure is that, like, stick with me and you're going to get some nuggets that are going to help you fast track your success. It doesn't have to take you a decade. Like Tony says, you can compress decades into days when you have the right strategy. Okay. Whoo, whoo, whoo. All right. So I want to know, why are you here? Why are you here? Why now? And why this challenge? Why are you here? Why now? And why this challenge? And for those of you that say you don't have the $47 to invest, Google my name and how to find the money to invest in yourself. I didn't have the money to invest in myself when we had negative $400 in our checking account. I got resourceful. It's not a lack of resources that keep you stuck. It's a lack of resourcefulness. I sold our TV, our Xbox, all of our bedroom furniture, except for our bed. I sold our dining room table. We downgraded our car. We were driving like a little junker. It's just a matter of getting resourceful. So why are you here? Why now? Why this challenge? I've got to figure this out now. To make my business a success, I need a roadmap. I spent too much time on other lessons. I want one that works. Heck yeah. Your podcasts have great tips on coming up with the investment. Yeah, you should probably listen to the podcast too. It's pretty good. We got like 350 something episodes. I need a roadmap, this challenge, because it's exactly what I need. I need to diversify my income, make it while I sleep. Who wants to make money while you sleep? It's like you wake up, you don't check your phone right away. You check your phone like 2 hours after you wake up. That's something we could talk about. And then you look and you're like, holy crap, I just made $1,000 when I was sleeping, right? Would that be a cool feeling? I want to help people. I want to teach, enjoy working. Yeah, to gain knowledge, be home for my kids. Yes, 10x my income. Yes, yes, yes. I need communication help. I need results. I need new people. Take my business several tiers higher. I've worked at it for 2 years and have yet to make a profit. Now is the time to make it happen. Okay. For those of you that have been working at this for years and you're still not where you want to be, now is the time to make it happen. Okay? Why are you committed to following through? Why are you committed to following through? My time is now to get going. Who are you fighting for? So why are you committed to following through? Who are you fighting for? I want to stop looking at the price tags at grocery stores, especially those eggs. Let me tell you. Whoo, time to get some chickens. We had chickens and then like a fox or a wolf or something ate them. They were gone. It was a sad day. I like free eggs. Fighting for me. Fighting for me. Ooh, yeah. I refuse to give up on myself or my family. Fighting for my family. Yeah. When you are successful, not if. If you've been operating in the space of if this happens, I want you to switch it. Just switch your language. I'll be coaching you on this all week on how to change your language, right? When you are successful, how will you impact the world? When you are successful, how will you impact the world? Not if, when, because your success is inevitable. So when you are successful, how will you impact the world? Fighting for God that I can partner with Him in a faith-based business and make this happen. I love it. So when you are successful, how will you impact the world? Let me see it. I'll build communities to help women restore after toxic marriages, destroy their health. Ooh, that's powerful. Changing the lives of children with my programs. What else? 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 Give more, inspire, lift others out of darkness. Multiply what God has given me. Yeah. Help other nonprofits. What does it look like? Give back, inspire. So the more money you make, the greater impact you can have. So I want to raise up like as many millionaires as we possibly can within our community. Because when I can help you make more money, dude, like once you have your basic needs met, it doesn't become so like once you can afford luxuries, they don't become so appealing. Here's like, I'm like, we could afford getting like a nicer car, but we still drive a car from 2007. And it's like, how can we just instead multiply our money? Right. So when you make more, you have the chance to impact more. So that's my husband right there. He's actually in Senegal right now working on our businesses. There's TJ. He was able to, especially when COVID happened, bring like bags of rice to communities that couldn't afford to eat. This was so fun. He was able to go to a village and bring the kids soccer balls and jerseys because they were playing with rolled up plastic bags, right? And so I want you thinking, how can you impact more? What's your legacy? What do you want your legacy to be? What do you want your legacy to be? And these are all things that I want you just to start like journaling on. Just get in the habit of journaling on this stuff and thinking, man, like anything is possible. What's my legacy? Ooh, Connie, your book, Reveal to Heal, Restore to Soar. That sounds intriguing. Should I show you some of the books I have over here? Da 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 da. Yeah, I can reach it. I have books everywhere. I have da da da. The Power to Heal right here. Randy Clark. Pretty good stuff. So what's your legacy? And then your vision. So this, I want you to actually spend a good amount of time tonight, like this afternoon and tonight, just journaling on. Where do you want to be a year from now? Where do you want to be 5 years from now? Get really clear. What do you want your life to look like? Generosity. Julie, yeah. Man, when you're not worried so much about your own needs, because those like your basic needs are covered, you get to be outrageously generous, right? Like that to me is so fun. It is so fun to be generous, to be able to like go on date night with your husband and leave 100% tip. Like that to me is so, so fun. So how do you want to be outrageously generous? What do you want a year from now, 5 years from now, knowing that anything is possible? Anything is possible. What I want you to do is to write it out, and then I want you to actually live in it. Like close your eyes. Do this with me right now really quick. Close your eyes. Put your hands on your heart, and I want you to think about and actually see where you're going to be a year from now. Like, where are you? What are you doing? Take a deep breath and see, like, man, where in the world are you? How are you impacting the world? How do you feel? I want you to see yourself 5 years from now. What do you see? Knowing that anything is possible, that you are made for more, that you can do anything if you take massive action, if you pursue failure. What do you see 5 years from now? What's possible? Open your eyes, and I want you to get into the habit of doing that on a consistent basis. Okay? So that is like, can I see a handsome gentleman in those dreams? Heck yeah, you can. Y'all, I was praying for my husband. I was praying for my future husband, and I wrote down all the characteristics I wanted in my future husband. And I'm like, I was like, does he exist? I don't know. He has to be non-American. He has to be taller than me, which remember, I'm 6'1". He has to be a Christian. He has to speak another language like French or Spanish. He has to like have a sense of adventure and be fun and just sweet. And like, I'm like, this guy doesn't exist. I meet my husband in Senegal. We're dancing. He's taller than me. He's wearing a cross in a country that's 95% Muslim. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, he exists. And we were engaged 2 months later. So get really clear on what you want. Okay. What might get in the way? What might get in the way, not only this week, but what might get in the way over the course of the next year? Could it be time, distractions, fear? What do you see getting in the way? Me. Okay. It's true. A lot of times we get in our own way, right? We keep ourselves stuck. What could get in the way? What could get in the way? And I want you just to think in advance of what could get in the way, right? Chronic illness. Let me tell you. Yeah, I've been in chronic pain. Not anymore. Hallelujah. I am healed from that. But all last year, I spent last year working from the couch. Right? So what might get in the way? Doctor's appointments. How could you get resourceful when something might come up to say, no, this is too important? Like I can create a both and. So example, I was supposed to host a webinar. And like 20 minutes before the webinar was supposed to start, that we had invested thousands of dollars in Facebook ads, the internet, and the entire community goes out. And I'm like, well, that's not good. That's not what you want. Like after you spend thousands of dollars in Facebook ads. And then I thought in my head, how can I make this happen? So I want to really train you on how to think correctly, because a lot of us are like, well, that sucks. Now I can't do it anymore. Or like, woe is me. Why did this happen? Instead, I immediately get into how can I make this happen? Like I have people that invested their time, right, to be there. I want to show up for them. And so I'm like packing up all my stuff, and I go to another, it's actually our farm that's down the street that still had internet. And I was like, okay, I made it in time. I was able to do the webinar. But it's just a matter of asking yourself, how can I make this happen? Instead of telling yourself like, there's no way, there's no way, there's no way, tell myself there always is a way and everything is figure outable. I know we're over time and I'm wrapping up soon. I swear. Today's probably going to be one of the longer days. So I'm wrapping up soon. Why you're stuck. And so here are some things that could keep you stuck. And here's one thing, what could be keeping you stuck is using the language, I'm stuck. Has anyone said I'm stuck? Let me see in the chat. Have you said I'm stuck? Because if you're using that language, it's really easy to actually put yourself in that ability, like in that space. Instead, you could tell yourself, I'm currently working on X instead of I'm stuck, right? So some of the things that might prevent you from getting to where you want to go, course hopping. So from those of you that have gone like course, without actually going all in, like you got to go all in, right? You got to go all in. Excuses. Have you created excuses for yourself? Lack of focus or distraction. My goodness, we live in an entire age now where we're distracted all the time. Everything wants our attention. We have to be so intentional to keep focus. Another thing that might keep you stuck, procrastination. Who here's a procrastinator? I'll do it later. Later never happens. Later never happens. Limiting these from my language. I'm stuck and I can't. Perfect. I love it. Catch yourself. Catch yourself. Why you're not where you want to be yet. Lack of strategy, lack of coaching. I had the idea in my head of creating this business for probably a year or two, but nothing ever happened until I invested in a coach. And that's when things took off. Did I have the money to invest in her? No, it was $24,000 for the year. That was half of what I was making at the time. Did I have the money? No. But the thought, like, I knew in my gut that that was what I needed to do. Okay. Imposter syndrome. Who here thinks they have imposter syndrome? Perfectionism, being a control freak. Ooh. Oh, this is so good. That's actually like what I'm diving into in Success Without Stress, is like how to get out of the perfectionism, being a control freak, letting your team lead and really take action. The honest truth, a coach changes everything. A coach will stretch you. Heck yeah. Heck yes. Yeah. What about thinking you're not good enough? Or what I see a lot now is a lack of leadership, a lack of systems, not enough time in the day because you're trying to do it all yourself. You're trying to do it all yourself. Ooh, I used to say I'm stuck. Now I use a different language and meditate for clarity. Cool. Yeah. So which one of these do you think is like holding you back right now? Because that's what we get to lean into it to shift it. We get to shift it. Right? We get to work on our leadership. We get to create all of them. Okay, we get to work on all of them. Lack of systems, trying to do it by myself. I met, I'll have to tell you Katie's story at some point, but Katie was one of my students and she came to one of the retreats that I was hosting. She was doing it all herself. And as a result of that was stuck. And what I told her was something I learned from Craig Groeschel at Global Leadership Summit. You can either have growth or you can have control, but you can't have both. Write that down. This has literally been in my head for over 5 years. You can have growth or you can have control, but you can't have both. And she really took that to heart. Now she is working 10 hours a week with her single mom of 3 kids, making more than she did as a corporate, what was she doing? Tax attorney, corporate something. Like she was making a good salary. She's making more working 10 hours a week, prioritizing her family. Okay. I love Craig Groeschel too. He's the best. All right, so you have your homework. And remember, you have to do your homework in order to be eligible for the prizes. So do your homework and we will be selecting a random winner. And I will announce it tomorrow. So you have to be here live tomorrow to be eligible to win. Okay, so your homework. You can post it in the Facebook group. Or you can do a live video in the group, 2 minutes or less. 2 minutes or less. Okay. So your homework, keeping your workday, personal, family life in mind, envision what your family first business would look like. Write down how your dream day would be from the moment you wake up to when you go to bed. And then zoom out from day to day. Look at your full year. What trips or experiences do you want to have with your family? Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? How long would you be off? What would you need to happen in your business to allow that to happen? And then keeping the above answers in mind, what is one next step you can take to make your family first business a reality? Okay, so this is your homework. It's in the workbook. No, everyone gets the workbook. So if you don't have a workbook, post in the Facebook group, I need a workbook. Okay, I need a workbook. Do we have any questions around the homework? And so what we'll be giving away tomorrow, you have to be here tomorrow to get access to Success Without Stress. I will be gifting this to one of you for free. And so you can either go live or post in the group. If going live makes you uncomfortable, then you should probably go live. Okay. And use the hashtag challenge day 1. And what I want you to do is to get in the habit of being connected with your coach and message your coach your number 1 takeaway from today. Okay. I see a lot of people in the comments saying I need a workbook. If you could go and create a separate post in the Facebook group that you need a workbook. Okay, do that. And then Malik and Emma will reach out to you and get you a workbook. Okay. All right. I know we went a little bit over, so thank you for being here. You're a rock star. If you haven't upgraded to VIP, now's the time because we're going to hop into our VIP for some live Q&A. So for those of you that are on Facebook or YouTube, we're going to say see you tomorrow. For those of you that are VIP, we're going to get ready for some Q&A. So you are amazing. Let me stop my screen share and then stop the live stream, and we'll see y'all tomorrow, same time, same